Hello and welcome along to the weekend preview. 6 Premier League matches to look ahead to on the programme on what's been a dramatic day in the top flight when the longest-serving manager in the division has lost his job. Sean Dyche has paid the price for what's been a season to forget so far for Burnley. So Sean Dyche departs Burnley after over 9 years in charge, leaving the club in a perilous position in the table. They're 18th, 4 points from safety with just 8 games remaining. Watford and Norwich below them are in even more trouble. They've only 7 matches left to save their Premier League status for next season. At the other end of the table, Manchester City and Liverpool remain separated by just 1 point following Sunday's showdown at the Etihad. Chelsea look secure in third, and it's now advantaged Tottenham in the fight for the top 4. Spurs have won their last 4 in a row, while Arsenal, West Ham, Manchester United and Wolves all lost last time out. There are 6 Premier League games to enjoy this weekend, with the fixture list slightly reduced because of the FA Cup semi-finals, where Liverpool take on Manchester City and Crystal Palace face Chelsea. 4 of the top flight games are on Saturday, with Tottenham hosting Brighton in the early kick-off, before Manchester United against Norwich, Southampton versus Arsenal and Watford v Brentford. There are 2 games to come on Sunday as Leicester travel to Newcastle, before West Ham welcome Burnley to the London Stadium in what will be the Clarets' first match without Sean Dyche in charge. And on this Good Friday, this Easter weekend, I'm joined by 3 very good guests in the studio here. We've got Steve Sidwell, Farrah Williams and Jason Burke. Good to see you all, guys. Look, before we get into all of this weekend's matches, let's just touch on what we saw this week. 4 Premier League teams into the semi-finals in Europe, Steve. Does this showcase Premier League dominance right now?
Yeah, for me, the Premier League's been the strongest league in the world for a number of years now. It's always been strong. We're attracting the best players individually, collectively. It's going really well. I mean, you're enjoying the West Ham.
Very much so. Very much so. It has been an amazing journey.
Long may it continue. It's great for the Premier League. And like I say, it's really putting it on the map.
As for the Champions League, Farrah, we could still see an all-Premier League final. Can you see that happening?
Yeah, I think so. I think, look, Manchester City and Liverpool are the 2 strongest. I think the surprise package, I know Real Madrid, I think, I don't think many see them going as far as they did. But yeah, I can see it. Look, Manchester City and Liverpool are dominant, not just in the Premier League, but in Europe. Currently, the 2 best teams out there for me.
Well, they could face each other in the Champions League final, but they will face each other again this weekend, Jason, after what we saw last Sunday, which was absolutely brilliant. FA Cup semi-final for them on Saturday, and then also Chelsea against Crystal Palace. Who do you think is going to make that final?
I think the advantage is with Liverpool on Saturday, because if you look what happened in midweek, I mean, I think Manchester City, that was a very tough game in Madrid, and it was a bit of a stroll for Liverpool. I know it was 3-3 against Benfica, but they made 7 changes. So they should be in a stronger position. I think De Bruyne is probably going to be out for Manchester City, so I think it's a bit tough for them. I suspect Pep was probably thinking of playing a weakened team anyway, just to sort of, because it's the least important of the competitions left, but I think it's advantage Liverpool in that tie, and obviously Chelsea with the firm favourites against Crystal Palace. But, Palace have done brilliantly this season under Patrick Vieira.
What an amazing achievement it would be if Crystal Palace got to the final.
Huge, but, they're missing Conor Gallagher for the game, which, on reflection, is harsh because...
I hate that rule. I really hate that rule.
I agree.
It's not fair on anyone, really.
That's right. It only works for Chelsea.
I know Chelsea can't sort of go unilaterally and say let him play, but I just think it's a horrible rule. I just think because it implies the player's not going to try against his parent club, and of course he's going to try. I mean, it's like you're sending him out on loan. He should play all the games. I think it's really unfair. Sorry to interrupt.
That's all right.
I think it's really unfair on everyone.
Love it.
Go for it.
Love it.
For the airtime, no worries. No, but there's a lot of doubts on Patrick Vieira when he first took over because, how his managerial career has gone so far. But he's done absolutely brilliant. And one of the key reasons why he's done so well in this time frame is Oshin Roberts. He's number 2. He took in, who's from the Welsh FA. He's absolutely outstanding, an unbelievable coach. And he's the one behind the scene that's really driving it as well.